Hey guys, what's up? Chief Pat here, and today bringing you guys a brand new Clash Royale video. And today we're going to be hopping onto my main Chief Pat account where I unlocked my first ever legendary card out of a free chest. And let's go ahead and check out what I got. So when I opened it, I saw the legendary icon. I was so excited until I got the Ice Wizard. Now, the Ice Wizard is obviously one of the best cards inside of the entire game, but it is the only maxed out legendary card I have on my account. So instantly the Ice Wizard was taken to the glue factory and turned into 20,000 extra gold, which is a little bit weird. It costs 40,000 to buy out of the shop. So I really feel like you should get 40,000 for getting an extra legendary card. But again, that's probably a problem that like 50 players in the entire world have. So still, let's go ahead and get into a couple of battles in honor of getting that Ice Wizard out of the free chest. I'm going to go ahead and use him inside of this deck. I've got the Golem as well as the Baby Dragon, which are two cards that were buffed in the most recent update, as well as a couple of other cards thrown in there. This is sort of a troll deck. It doesn't have the poison spell, which is what I run in almost every single deck, but it should be pretty fun. And let's go ahead and check it out inside of a couple of battles. Now, while we start this battle off, I wanted to talk about something that Clash Royale announced on their social media the other day, and I'm not going to make a video about it by itself, but I thought I would mention in the beginning, and that's that they canceled ClashCon this year. Now, I'm sure that ClashCon isn't going away forever, but they said for this year that they can't make ClashCon happen, and they wanted to spend more time focusing on their games, because doing ClashCon takes time away from the game teams. So personally, while this is disappointing, I was at ClashCon last year. It was a lot of fun. I casted the Clash of Clans Clan War tournaments with Galadon, and I got to experience everything that was there. It was a really great time meeting a bunch of people, as well as having the excitement of the event. And while I'm going to miss it, it definitely, I feel like, is the right decision to cancel it for this year, just due to the fact that both of the games have so much going on right now that they want to focus on the games. They don't want to take any time away from development. If you guys didn't know, the game teams are like 12 to 14 people, so they're relatively small teams, especially when you think about, you know, those big AAA titles on PlayStation and Xbox, which are what, like 50 to 100 people, and then a game like Clash of Clans and Clash Royale only having 12 to 14 people on their team, taking time away to do ClashCon, which of course the game team would have to stop what they're doing to make sure that everything was set up and perfect for ClashCon. Just doesn't make sense right now on the timeline of both of the games. Both of the games definitely going through a lot right now. I've talked about a lot of it for Clash Royale, and as you guys know, for Clash of Clans, there's been a lot of interesting stuff happening since the beginning of the year, and of course, most recently, they just put out a massive wave of bans to a bunch of modders and stuff like that. I think they're calling it like the Octopus, this ban system they have in place. So really interesting stuff for both games that requires a lot of time from the team, and that's why I think it's definitely a smart decision that they're canceling ClashCon this year. Hopefully we see a lot of improvements to both Clash Royale and Clash of Clans in the upcoming updates. I know for Clash Royale, I've always said that the next update is just so supremely important. I think that they've made some good changes, starting off with the changes to the trophy inflation below 2,000 trophies, as well as to certain other stuff. So yeah, I think the next update is going to be crucial to keep heading inside of the right direction. And we're going to go ahead and see what they do. Oh yeah, the other change obviously was the changing the trophies from 3,000 to 4,000 trophies for the Legendary Arena, which should be really good for the game as well. So let's keep the good streak of changes coming. We definitely need it inside of the game. And let's go ahead and continue with our battle right now. You can see I won that first one fairly quickly. I was able to run that guy over, but this guy's putting up a little bit more of a fight, and we're only going to be able to get a little bit of damage off with our Golem, Ice Wizard, and crazy amount of troop push. So far, things are okay. I'm going to take the damage from the Valkyrie before dropping the rest of my troops. Obviously, those minions are going to die, so I let those die real quick. Guards for the mini P.E.K.K.A. I've got my own mini P.E.K.K.A. onto the Giant, and things are okay right now. The Giant obviously is still super strong. He's a card that was noticeably absent from the balance changes most recently, and I probably would expect him to get touched on sometime soon. I know on my Chief Pat 2 account, I'm just about to upgrade my Giant to level 6, so hopefully I'll be able to taste how OP he really is, but he's still manageable with a mini P.E.K.K.A. or guards or a cannon, so not too big of a deal. But let's go ahead and go on a little bit of a counter push. I've got a really awkward Baby Dragon Musketeer push, and the more I play this deck, the more I realize how little it synergizes with the cards inside of it. But still, we're going to have 1,000 HP left on that tower on the right-hand side. We can just use a cannon for the Valkyrie instead of the mini P.E.K.K.A., so we don't have it running down the lane by itself. And that's going to do it. Only a little bit left on that right-hand side. So let's prepare for another massive Golem push and see if we can finish off this game. Alright, so we're about to get to double elixir. Let's place our golem right now. And now that we have double elixir, we should be able to get most of the cards down. And this is where the deck is the most powerful. Obviously, everyone likes going to double elixir because you have more elixir to play with. That's some real rocket science right there. But for those big heavy decks that require those big heavy cards like the golem or the P.E.K.K.A. or even the, let's say, like rocket, I don't know, bowl, or any of those cards that are like 5 elixir plus, those decks get way stronger in double elixir, way more so than something like a hog cycle deck or those decks that only cost like 3.0 elixir. They definitely get a benefit, but the benefits for those big card decks are definitely more. And now you can see we have a massive amount of troops heading down the right-hand lane. We've got so much stuff. I'm not sure exactly what to do. I'm just going to let that tower go down right there. I dropped another golem, and with 20 seconds left, maybe not the smartest idea because it's going to take a while to waddle down the lane, but still, looks like we're going to clean up a pretty simple 1 crown to 0 victory. The Inferno Tower was obviously a pretty smart choice for this guy against my golem deck, and it was able to protect pretty well to where I had to use most of my zaps to take it out. And with only a couple of seconds left, we're barely not going to get that 3 crown as we lock onto the tower, but that's going to wrap it up for a solid victory. So I'm still climbing my way up to 4,000 trophies. I don't know what the leaderboards are at right now, but I'm seeing like a lot of level 12s. Right now, around like 3,800 trophies. I've just been continually spamming matches, and the trophies should get pretty high, especially once a lot of people like the level 12s, 13s make their way up there. I think that we probably should be seeing 6,000 trophies sometime in the near future, just because we've already gotten to like, I think in the high 5,000s. And that's without the 4,000 trophy reset. So adding in the 4,000 trophy reset should make things even more ridiculous. And of course, with all the win trading and people just shoving trophies up to a crazy amount of numbers, I would expect the number to just keep inflating until that problem is fixed. Now, so far, this game's going okay. I got hit with a minor push, or a minor, I think, musketeer push in the very beginning, something like that, which is pretty annoying. And as soon as I play this golem, I'm sure he's going to do the same exact thing again. That's just the problem with the golem when you don't have the elixir pump. So let's go ahead and play our guards. Or actually, you know, I'm just going to let myself take the damage right here. I don't know why, but instead of protecting that tower, let's just lose it. Let's save a bunch of elixir for the right-hand lane. I could have played my guards to try to kill the miner and then let the guards tank for the minions before they attack my tower, but instead I'm going to save just a little bit of elixir, which lets my mini P.E.K.K.A. run freely down the lane. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is actually going to destroy his mini P.E.K.K.A. and he actually misplayed that fairly significantly, so now my mini P.E.K.K.A. was still able to get a shot off on the tower, and the golem's going to be able to wrap up the game. There was some pretty funky targeting. I actually thought that either my baby dragon or my mini P.E.K.K.A. would live, but it doesn't look like that was the case. And with a minute 20 left, he's going to fireball down my ranged troops, but still, tower's going to drop down into the 3,000s, and we've definitely taken back control of this game. So, an interesting choice not to defend on the left-hand side. I'll give you guys that, but I was thinking that I would just save up my elixir for a right-hand push. Now that I look back on it, probably could have played the the guards, and I've been able to kill that miner in time to where the tower would have been at like 800 HP, but still, guys, don't live with regrets. Let's just keep playing. Let's zap down the fire spirits and the hog rider. I'm not even going to play my guards right here, and this time, definitely a better decision. Now that the minions are locked onto my golem, I can just let my golem take the damage and not have to waste any elixir on that defense. And because of that, now we've got a pretty significant push. We've got a bunch of cards going down right now. I've got the Ice Wizard, the Mini P.E.K.K.A. I've got the Musketeer as well. We're starting to get a pretty massive push down the right-hand lane. He's going to try his best to zap stuff down. His Fire Spirits can't even launch. And because of that, game's going to be pretty much over, and we're finally going to snowball our way to a victory. So he's going to drop a wow. I'll just give him a thumbs up in return. 3 crown to 1 for 40 trophies. He's got to be a little bit steamy about that one. But still, let's go ahead and hop into one more battle for today and to see if we can keep crushing using this deck. Again, we're playing for the Spirit of the Ice Wizard, the card that we got inside of that free chest. I'm hoping to get a legendary and a free chest on my second account, but I honestly can't be greedy, especially a lot of you guys in the comment section who were like level 9 and level 10 who didn't have legendary cards on their free-to-play account, and the fact that I got one on my level 7, a lot of people, they weren't too happy. They were happy for me, but they were a little bit mad at their own account, so I can't get too greedy. I'll just take the Sparky that I have right now and continue on that one. Now, meanwhile, in the right-hand lane, he's going to go ahead and drop a giant on the left, so I'm just going to avoid the giant, and as well as take the barbarians out on the right. And now we can go for a big push on the right, and he can either choose to kill my guards or defend on the right-hand side, and he decides to go for the guards. So going for the guards means that he has almost nothing to protect himself on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, my cannon's able to clean up that giant. The minions are only going to be able to do so much damage, and now we've got another push already to the tower in the right-hand lane. With a minute inside of this game, the King Tower is going to be taking damage, plus that Elixir Collector is going to be pretty interesting, but unfortunately the Barbarians are going to be able to distract that Mini P.E.K.K.A. I thought we might have been able to end the game right there just because of that Elixir Collector, but the Mini P.E.K.K.A. ran away from the King Tower and started to hit that Barbarian instead. So now Baby Dragon's going to be a perfect counter to the Barbarians, as it always has been, and we can go ahead and prepare for another big push down the right-hand side. Now the giant plus the balloon, I'm going to let him go ahead and have a crown tower, let him get a little bit closer to his crown chest, but let's go ahead and wrap up the game and just finish by attacking that king tower and be able to wrap this one off in style. So tower on the left is going to go down, but meanwhile his king tower is going to go down, and that's going to do it for this game and wrap it up for our big trophy push. So today I probably played around 15 battles to 20 battles, and I won all of them on my main account. So I went from 3,000 trophies to about 3,800. I'm going to keep pushing towards 4,000, which is that new reset point, with a couple of different decks, and I'll make sure to show you guys inside of the videos. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you drop a like. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace out.